Hey guys, it's Ginger from Carlton Farms, and I'm here again today because I'm not finished with my rant. And there's several things I wanted to talk about. I had watched the news a little bit last night, seen some of the things that happened, live in D.C. And, watched Trump's speech when he came out and quietly told everybody to go home. And I've got a few things to say about all of it again. And where I'm going to go first with this is with the media. Because it all comes back to the media and how they portray everything now. Even the way that we talk or say things. It's politically incorrect. And you can't do it anymore. And that alone makes me mad. So I'm going to get into it. Today or yesterday, they called it the worst or the darkest day in American history. And that alone is hilarious. Because I can think of countless other times, other darker days in America. And I'm not going to go through the last 20 years, But I'm just going to, touch on some that hadn't been that long ago. Let's talk about Benghazi. As our government sits and watches and those men die. Bad things. But that wasn't a bad day in American history. How about George Floyd? Now, anybody that knows me, he was a drug addict. Anybody that knows me, I have the weakest heart when it comes to drug addicts. I have children that are on drugs or who have been on drugs. And I have a weak heart from them. I see the struggle and that they go through. However, that turned into the biggest nightmare ever. Black Lives Matter it got involved. I guess Antifa did too. They wreaked havoc on communities. They burnt businesses. They've killed people because of George Floyd. And I think that's one of the darkest days in American history. And people that the Black Lives Matter have turned their back on police officers. Antifa, they have been Black Lives Matters have thrown bricks in officers' heads, have fought them, have hurt them and killed them. But that's not a dark day in history. But a few hundred people that stormed the Capitol yesterday is the darkest day. I don't understand that you can let a group of killers just do whatever they want. And a handful of people stormed the Capitol. And the only reason they did is because they have been told that the election was stolen from them. You call it, this is another thing, they call this a government takeover is what they called it. A government takeover. Well, I see it this way. The Democrats and the far left are trying to take over my country that I grew up in. That's why people stormed the Capitol yesterday. So when all this media and people on social media, people that are friends of mine, that I grew up with, and they talk about how America looks, how how it looks so bad on us, well, I got news for you. You've turned soft. And that's the whole damn problem anyway, is you've turned soft. Mitch McConnell turned on President Trump. Pence turned on Trump. People are turning on everyone to these far left groups. And they're going to take our country away from us. And you're sitting there at home, and just like me, watching the news and watching clips and watching your social media, and you do nothing to help the situation. Nothing. So, I'm sick of hearing, well, let's just pray about it. I'm all for praying, because God knows I do. I'm all for praying. But when God answers a prayer, He expects us to get up and do something about it as well. And when you don't do something, that's defying Him. So you can preach on to me, and you can say, Ginger, you're wrong. Well, I don't care if you think I'm wrong. If you people cannot see that this is good and evil that's against each other now. This is not Democrat and Republican. This is good and evil. And you've got a choice to make. So I don't know where you stand. I know where I stand. Fighting for my grandchildren. And I will probably keep making a video every day. And you're more than welcome to share this with whoever. You can also follow me on YouTube. Carlton Farms, Ginger Hunter. I am tired of American people putting, the right down. The patriots. The ones who want change. We want our country back. So, you soft conservatives that are ashamed. Oh my God, look what we've done. We've stormed the Capitol. Well, that should be the beginning of it. God gave us a brain. He gave us a heart. And He lets us know between good and evil. And if you can't see that, God help you all. Subscribe and like.